Assalamualaikum dear students. Today is the fourth SVT lecture of chemistry for grade 9, which is problem 1.3. In the last lecture we have done problem 1.2 and today we will do problem 1.3 and 1.4. Problem 1.3 was on page number 22. Look at the question. How many atoms of each element are present in one formula unit of each of the following compound? You have to find out the number of atoms in this compound. Total we have 4 compound: mercury chloride, ammonium dihydrogen phosphate, magnesium chloride and ammonium hydroxide. Number first is mercury chloride. Hg is symbol for mercury and Cl is symbol for chlorine. Hg2Cl2. It's mean that we have 2 mercury and 2 chlorine atom in the mercury chloride. 2 and 2, total we have 4 atoms in mercury chloride. Now the next one is ammonium dihydrogen phosphate. We have 1 nitrogen, 4 hydrogen, then 2 hydrogen, 1 phosphorus and 4 oxygen. Add all these atoms, then total we have 12 atom in ammonium dihydrogen phosphate. Third one is magnesium chloride, MgCl2. We have 1 magnesium and 2 chlorine in magnesium chloride. Total atom become 3. We have total 3 atoms in magnesium chloride. Now the fourth one is ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH. We have 1 nitrogen, 4 hydrogen, 1 oxygen and 1 hydrogen. Total we have 7 atom in ammonium hydroxide. This is your problem 1.3. Now look at problem number 1.4 on page number 24. Calculate the molecular mass of potassium chloride and sodium carbonate. You have to find out the formula mass of potassium chloride and sodium carbonate. But before this, you must have to know that what is mean by molecular mass and formula mass. Let's take an example of molecule and formula. Take this an example of element, covalent compound and ionic compound. What is an element? Element is consist of only one kind of atom. All the substance which consist of only one kind of atom is called element. Take it as an element, okay? And the smallest particle of an element is called atom. And when we find out the mass of an atom, we call it a atomic mass. What is element? The substance which consists of one kind of atom. Look at all these are the particles of one kind. That's why we call it an element. This is the particle of for gold. Au is a symbol for gold, okay? And gold is an element and the smallest particle of gold is called atom. Now what is mean by a compound? When two or more similar or different types of element combined together, compound is formed. Compound is of two types, covalent compound and ionic compound. Covalent compound is formed by the sharing of electron and ionic compound is formed by the transfer of electron. Let this take as an example of covalent compound. Water is a covalent compound because hydrogen and oxygen is combined by the sharing of electron, and it is consist of million of H2O molecule, and the smallest particle of a covalent compound is called molecule, and the mass of the molecule is called molecular mass. Now ionic compound is formed by the transfer of electron, like sodium chloride, the table salt we use in our home for flavoring our food. It is made up of sodium and chlorine. Sodium loses electron and chlorine gain the electron. Positive charges appear on sodium and negative charges appear on chlorine. Now it is made up of million of sodium chloride particle, and the one particle is known as formula unit. Okay, what is formula unit? The smallest particle of an ionic compound is known as formula unit. When we find out the mass of a formula unit, we call it a formula mass. Now how we find out the molecular mass and formula mass? Molecular mass is the sum of the relative atomic masses of all the atoms present in the molecule. When we add the atomic masses of all the atoms present in molecule, then we find out the molecular mass. Look at the molecular formula of ethane. Ethane is a gas, okay? Its formula is C2H6, okay? The atomic mass of carbon is 12 and atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. When we add the atomic mass of carbon and hydrogen, we find out the molecular mass of ethane. Now how we find out how many carbon we have in the ethane? We have 2 carbon in the ethane. Multiply 2 with the atomic mass of carbon. Atomic mass of carbon is 12. Multiply 2 with 12. Now how many hydrogen we have? We have 6 hydrogen in the ethane. What is the atomic mass of hydrogen? Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. Multiply 6 with 1, the value will be 6, okay? Now 8, 24 and 6, the answer will become 30. The atomic molecular mass of ethane become 30 AMU. AMU mean atomic mass unit. Now this is the method that we find out the molecular mass of a molecule. Then how we find out the formula mass? Look at the definition. Formula mass is the sum of the atomic masses of ions present in the formula unit of an ionic compound. When we add the atomic masses of all the atoms present in the formula unit of a compound, we find out the formula mass. Okay, ions. I have told you that ions are the atoms which loses or gain electron. Then we call it a ion. Okay. Now let's take an example of sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is also a formula unit because it is a ionic compound. It is formed by the transfer of electron. Sodium has a positive charge and chlorine has a negative charge. How we find out the formula mass for sodium chloride? The atomic mass of the sodium is 23 and the atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5. When we add 23 with 35.5, the formula mass of sodium chloride will be 58.5 am. You have to find out the atomic mass of the elements from the periodic table. Now example 1.2 is already solved in your book. You have to try this problem by yourself. Now look at the problem 1.4. Find out the formula mass of potassium chloride and sodium carbonate. Potassium chloride and sodium carbonate are ionic compound because both have positive and negative charge and is formed by the transfer of electron. Now what is the atomic mass of potassium? Atomic mass of potassium is 39. Atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5. Potassium is 1, chlorine is 1. There is no need for multiplication. Okay, when we add 39 with 35.5, the atomic mass and the formula mass of the potassium chloride will be 74.5. Now the next one is sodium carbonate. Atomic mass of sodium is 23. Atomic mass of carbon is 12 and the atomic mass of oxygen is 16. Now how we find out the formula mass of sodium carbonate? How look at formula mass of sodium bicarbonate, sodium carbonate is how many sodium we have 2 sodium. What is the atomic mass of sodium? Atomic mass of sodium is 23. Multiply 2 with the 23. Now the next one is carbon. What is the atomic mass of carbon? Carbon atomic mass is 12, carbon is 1. Okay, now what is the atomic mass of oxygen? Atomic mass of oxygen is 16. How many oxygen we have? We have 3 oxygen. Multiply 3 with the 16. The answer will become 106. The formula mass of sodium carbonate is 106. Thank you.